In today's movie, Maria, a high school student who feels disconnected from those around her, experiences a dramatic shift in her life when she swaps places with her malevolent mirror image. The film revolves around Maria, a teenage girl who is constantly bullied at school and has a troubled relationship with her parents. Maria discovers that she has an alter ego named Aram, who is everything that she is not. Aram is confident, beautiful, and has the ability to stand up for herself. As Maria begins to embrace her alter ego, she realizes that Aram has a mind of her own and is determined to take over Maria's life completely. Aram begins to take control of Maria's relationships, including her relationship with her best friend and her father. As the movie progresses, Maria struggles to regain control of her life and to separate herself from Aram. The film builds up to a shocking and unexpected ending that leaves the viewer questioning what is real and what is not. Overall, Look Away is a well-made thriller that explores themes of identity, mental illness, and the consequences of trying to escape reality. The movie received mixed reviews from critics, but is worth watching if you enjoy psychological thrillers. But before we dive into the plot, kindly consider subscribing to the channel. The film commences with a sonogram of twin babies, appearing ordinary at first, until one of the fetuses turns aggressive, resulting in a nightmare. Fast forward to the present, where we meet Maria, a 17-year-old girl getting ready for school in front of her mirror. Despite having parents and attending school, her life is far from perfect and feels cold and lonely. Over breakfast, the family eats in silence, creating a tense atmosphere that Maria promptly leaves to go to school. Once outside, she lights up a cigarette and is approached by a female student who is consistently rude to her. At school, Maria is an outcast and feels entirely neglected. As soon as Maria boards the bus to school, she becomes a target of bullying from her classmates. They treat her cruelly without any apparent reason, except for one girl whom Maria barely considers a friend, Lily. Although Maria spends time with Lily, their relationship is strained, as Lily only seems to use her. Maria often feels lonely and spends most of her time in school by herself, listening to music through her headphones. She is envious of Lily, who is popular and has a boyfriend named Sean, whom Maria secretly has a crush on. Seeing Lily's affection towards Sean makes Maria feel jealous and uncomfortable. Upon returning home, Maria is subjected to another tense dinner with her parents. At home, Maria feels uneasy and reserved around her family, particularly her father, Dan, who is a perfectionist and a plastic surgeon. His high standards put immense pressure on Maria, who struggles to meet them. Her mother, Amy, is mentally unstable and suffers from nightmares and depression, further adding to the family's stress. Dan is consistently unfaithful to his wife, a fact known by everyone, but Amy chooses to ignore it, creating an unstable household. During dinner, Maria has to endure her mother's talk about her friends and plans. Amy wants to help her daughter and suggests finding her a date for prom and making new friends. However, Maria is against the idea and feels cornered and isolated when her father Dan also gets involved. Eventually, Maria loses her temper and leaves the dinner table. Dan is not concerned about Maria's well-being, but rather about her being a source of embarrassment, discussing her lack of social life and friends. Hearing this only upsets Maria further, prompting her to retreat to her room and stare at herself in the mirror. She soon notices an unexpected item in the picture frame, an old sonogram displaying twins. Maria is unsure of how to react to this discovery and chooses to ignore it. Later, while in the bathroom, Maria is taken aback when her reflection moves on its own, causing her to fall to the floor in terror. She hides behind the toilet before mustering the courage to examine the mirror again. To her horror, she realizes that her reflection is indeed moving independently. Maria is frightened and attempts to rationalize the situation before wiping away the mirror, only to find her reflection smiling back at her. The next morning, still shaken by the incident, Maria seeks advice from her parents, but is quickly dismissed by her father Dan, who criticizes her appearance and insists she cannot attend school looking the way she does, believing that Maria didn't sleep well. Dan suggests she go upstairs and apply some makeup. Maria is disheartened by her father's lack of interest in her problems and goes upstairs to brush her hair and apply makeup. Unaware of her reflection's unusual behavior, Maria proceeds to school as usual. Upon arrival, she is greeted by Mark, the main bully, who intimidates her with a disturbing grin. Suddenly, Lily arrives in a new car and offers Maria a ride, using the opportunity to brag about her possessions and her boyfriend Sean. During the car ride, Maria is forced to observe Lily and Sean's relationship from the back seat. At school, Mark humiliates Maria in front of her classmates, but Sean intervenes and confronts him, impressing Maria. After school, Maria returns home feeling sad and begins hearing a voice that frightens her. Investigating the source, she arrives in the bathroom and encounters her reflection, which begins speaking to her, leaving Maria terrified. The reflection introduces itself as Aram, identical in appearance to Maria, but possessing a distinct personality. Aram explains that she is always present in every reflection Maria encounters, prompting her to ask questions about Aram's origin, which go unanswered. Aram assures Maria that she can help her find happiness and seek revenge if necessary, possessing confidence, sultriness, and sadistic tendencies that Maria lacks. Maria compliments Aram's beauty, to which Aram responds by emphasizing their mutual beauty and showing signs of enjoying the conversation. The next day, Maria appears significantly more positive and put together, with her father complimenting her appearance and expressing pride in her. Maria announces to her parents that she will be attending the winter prom dance, a decision that pleases them greatly, demonstrating her willingness to socialize and put in the effort. At school, Maria seeks out her friends Lily and Sean, asking Lily to teach her how to ice skate. Despite their amazement at Maria's positive changes, she remains envious of their relationship. Aram notices this and spends a day with her father, Dan. They visit his clinic, where Maria observes his work and one of his lovers in the office. Afterwards, they go to see a movie, despite their strained relationship. When they encounter Mark and his friends, Mark pretends to be friends with Maria, which embarrasses her father. While driving home, Dan informs Maria of a birthday present he wants to give her soon. Later that night, Maria talks with Aram again and receives the devastating news that her father's gift is plastic surgery to improve her appearance. Maria is heartbroken and runs out, seeking comfort from Aram, who is fiercely protective of her. Speaking with Aram helps Maria feel better and more secure. As time passes, Maria's mental state deteriorates, prompting her mother to notice her abnormal behavior, then refuses to deal with Maria and asks Amy to overlook it. While taking skating lessons with Lily, Maria falls and is left stranded on the ice when Lily cruelly mocks and leaves her. This further angers Aram, who reminds Maria of her worth and deserving of love. At the prom, Mark attacks and sexually assaults Maria, leaving her traumatized and isolated. Seeking solace, she retreats to the bathroom to talk with Aram and, in a strange turn of events, switches places with her, becoming trapped in the mirror while Aram takes over her body. Meanwhile, Amy has a terrifying dream about giving birth. With Aram in control, she becomes confident and assertive, fighting back against Mark's bullying, and devising a plan to make Amy angry at Dan by arranging a meeting between her and one of his lovers. Maria regrets her actions towards her parents and desires to stop. Aram demands punishment for those who harmed Maria, and seeks revenge on Mark by setting a trap that results in him breaking his leg. Aram learns to ice skate and embarrasses Lily during a practice session, causing her to fall and fatally injure herself. This event leaves Maria feeling angry and panicked, leading her to want to switch back with Aram, but Aram refuses and continues with her plan. After a few days, Aram and Sean begin partying together, and she transforms into a different person who drinks and smokes. During their time at a motel, Sean receives a call from the police summoning them both to the station. Aram refuses to go, and when Sean tries to force her, she hits him over the head with a bottle in the heat of the moment. Sean accidentally dies, leaving both Aram and Maria devastated. Amy continues to dream about giving birth, and it is eventually revealed that Maria had a twin who was killed by Dan because of their deformity. This revelation deeply affects Amy, and Aram confronts Dan to demand answers. She questions if he would have cared for her if she looked deformed or ugly, to which he is unable to respond. Eventually, Dan admits that he couldn't have a deformed child, and Aram takes her revenge by killing him. Despite this act, Aram can no longer see Maria and returns home to her mother. The future of Maria and Aram, who now share the same body, is uncertain. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe and ring the notification bell for more future videos.